opportunity to present my work here, and I'm very privileged to get a chance to present this my work. The title that I'm going to talk about today is of my paper, Common Data Validation Error in Online Waveforms, a case study. Right? I have been a developer, a consultant in the industry, being a tech evangelist for a company like Wipro, Microsoft, and friendly for the Google. Right? And I have personally experienced this rather than just reading in the textbook. And to all my students, especially the software engineering that we work in the Pressman books, that doesn't work in the real life as well. The ground reality is really different when you go there. Right? So some of the experience which I have done, I would like to just share with that. So, in my opinion, any software system should be such that it must take care of every aspect of the system, right? So when I say every aspect of the system, it must be properly validated, right? It must, a data which is going through that your waveforms or system is equally important as your waveforms. So sorry the web developers, you might have designed very nice UI, a very good required field validator, but what about the data? Who will care about it? And have you ever thought of the consequences which it will take in the future, right? Okay, and the most important thing, we should, especially in this era where the digital India and whatnot, everything is being pushed to the online apps or waveforms, everything. For walking there is app, for sleeping there is app, for talking there is app, right? So, and these apps are not being used by intellectuals. These apps are being used by the lower level of the people who are at bottom of the pyramid, right? And they don't know that much technology, right? What they want is, if they are using a system, a software or app which is developed by intellectual, they should not cheat them, right? They should not get hard. They should be able to use it without any problem. So that's what I mean by this sentence. All the aspects of correctness of data as well as proper validation. So if you see, the classical software engineering says that whenever you develop any software, it should be verified and validated, right? What typically it means, what is verification? So let's say if a customer is with you, right, and he has given you the steps. This is what I want. I want mango. You should not make banana. So what we do in verification, we try to follow the process how we will reach to the mango, right? So that it is not leading to the banana. And what happens at the end? We really check in the validation. Have we made mango or have we made something different, right? Is that okay? And this is where most of the software fails. Being into the industry, I still remember when I was working in a Bajaj, right, and I have developed the HR dashboard. Then finally, once the day when I was about to present my dashboard, they said, no, this color is not good. You should have changed this color, right? So this verification must be done. At the same time, validation by user, UAT, a very, very important aspect of any software and development. We should not be very happy when it is working on our machine. So, what is my problem statement? That lifestyle is software oriented. In the very keynote speaking of the conference, our executive dean said, now life is defined by the computing style, right? And I believe that is totally worked in the current scenario. So you will see there is always, for anything you need, there is an app. If you are not using that, probably either you are wasting your time or people will call you are still behind, okay, in the daily life. So where is the error? So life is quite easy, life is quite fantastic if we have software for everything. So where is the error? The error is here. You might have read this news. A poor guy who was a common man lost 49,000 in just a cash depositing machine, right? And it made national news. So why it happened at all? Was it his fault that he used cash depositing machine rather than going to the branch? Was it his fault? I don't think so. It is, as a software scientist or as a computer scientist, we are failed, right? That the common people are not able to use that system. Or according to me, this is what I believe, at least as a developer or as a scientist, that our system should be such that if even the human is making error, our business rules should be defined in such a way that the system should not allow to enter the wrong information until it is not correct. In that way, if that would have done in this system, probably that guy might have not lost 49,000, which is a hard-earned money for a common people. Do you agree? I believe most of us, right? So, and what was the problem there? If you read the entire news, he simply punched a wrong account number. There should be multi-level validation. Why only one validation? Right? And now we see the recent news about it is that government of India has launched. We all know how Aadhaar is validated. If you don't have a fingerprint machine, you use OTP because they think that since mobile is with you, that you are the authentic person. But no, a big no, please. Now they are going to use multi-level validation. That's what I am proposing. That now face will be also recognized when your Aadhaar is verified. It is required. My mobile may be with someone else, and he can easily get my OTP. Does that mean it is verified or validated? It's a big question, right? And now you see everything is attached with the Aadhaar card, right? We are very much feared. What if it is not properly validated or someone else take validation? So this is the error. Now case number 2. I have taken this images, sorry for not that clearly, a very prestigious institute, IIT, that all we dream of, probably sometime in a life. And it is their recruitment form, right? Generally it is for the PhDs. I have taken from the online PhD admission, right? And I believe it is something similar for all of us common admission forms across the world, right? They ask you basic information, your marks, your high school marks, your PhD, project, lot of common information like degree, what marks you got, from which board you are and all, right? So you see, this is coming from a very prestigious university, but what is the problem there? Out of my curiosity, I just filled a dummy form, right? And what I found is, if you see, there is a guy who completed high school, right, in 2004, right, and if I put the data, that is 2005, it is still accepting. We know in India, until you are not abnormal people, there is a 2 years 10 plus 2, right, if I believe, in all of the world across the India, right? So I believe it should be 2006. And why I'm doing this? I'm telling you my personal real life scenario. When I was a student, I applied for a very prestigious conference at IISc Bangalore. And my form was summarily rejected only because by mistake in their HTML form there was no validation, and I put my graduation year instead of 2012 instead of 2013. And I was not given a chance to review. Why? The system should be such that, right? So you see, people have made, you see that star, what meaning? As a web developer know, you can put required field validator, very easy in .NET, drag and drop a component, it will require field validator. But that is not validating your data, that's not validating your field. Come on, you have to look into what is going outside, right? After the form, what is being processed, right? So this is what, and this is having lot of implication. Now let's say we are all are data scientists, I'm also a data analytics enthusiast, right? I do work a lot with real time data, and what I see, 80% of the time data scientists are spending not on analysis, but on cleaning data. Why? Who is responsible for that? Why the dirty data is coming at all? Can't we stop there? Can't we write a business rule? Can't we design the system so that lot of data can be reduced there? Data dirtiness can be reduced there only. Just now in keynote presentation, a very good presentation by Professor Richard Hill, he said, we take data through a camera in TBs. He is reducing to the GBs. And finally for analysis, only MB is there. See how much time is it? How much time is saved? How much amount of time you can spend on analysis? Isn't it a good idea? So as a software developer, we have to really think about, okay, and we can save a lot of time. So of course, dirty data is one of the implications when you don't have a proper validation, proper verification. Invalid data, again, it is of use, right? If you have invalid data, it is of no use. And then difficult to process, right? So what I propose, domain-specific validation, multi-level validation, and programmatically data validation, not only field validation. And I can show you lab demo also if I have. I already have, and I have developed for education, right? So what I propose is, can you please help me over with that? I don't see the cursor. Go to the pen drive. Go to the pen drive. Pen drive. Pen drive. Here. So to avoid this, what we can do is, we can give very minimum chance to user to enter the data. So let's say if I do a very simple thing, right, and I put some, okay, can you please where is the project?
Window
Yes. So just a minute I think, and then I will just do that, right? Since I'm running out of time, so I will quickly write something, right? Let's say I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there is a matrix. And what I'm trying to show here is, if your name is, let's say, NPU, and you select a year, metric year 2004, right? And if there is a no gap, so automatically it will take 2006, right? Automatically it will ensure that data is corrected, right? And let's say in my case, for example, I have a 1 year gap between my 10th and 12th. So if I put 1 year gap, right? So it will automatically take care that the next data is 2007, right? So this is how I'm properly validating. This is how I'm ensuring that data is which is recorded is properly and it is meaningful. Thank you.